Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I always publish on Rumble. I'm on Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff here on the banner. So let's get started. AMD still bringing up some decent news. The 7950 X3D, supposedly now it's around $600. We got some deals here on Newegg, eBay and Amazon. In others. Oh my god, and other CPUs also. So it's good to see that they are lowering their CPUs so people can get them. So it's almost like $100 from the 7950 X3D. It's not the best CPU, even though it's like the higher tier, mainly because of the 3D cache. Doesn't allow one of the CCDs to be at full potential, and the other one because of temperature stuff. So it's like a mixed bag between gaming and productivity. At the moment, this is not a bad price here, but at the moment, if you want like the best CPU for gaming, the 7800 X3D, it's the best one, and for productivity, the top tier is the 7950X. Even though the 7950 X3D is not a bad CPU in any regards, it's just it doesn't allow how it's assembled on the 3D cache on only one of the CCD doesn't allow to unlock the full potential, mainly because how Windows instruction set functions regarding when you play games or not, depending on the application. I don't think it's still fine-tuned for the X3D cache to take their full potential on this CPU. Usually what people do is they shut down one of the CCDs. Of course, this has to be on BIOS, then start the PC and then play your games. And then sometimes when you want just do some application, you have to restart, go to the BIOS, enable the CCD, and then do what you have to do. Which is a lot of trouble for just trying to get the maximum of this 7950 X3D. So we got these two ones. The middle compromise here, I think in terms of better value, it's the 7700X CPU from them, which is very good on gaming and pretty decent on productivity work. But yeah, this is what I got here. They are making a lot of deals here. They are way cheaper now, especially the 7800 X3D was launched around 450, I think. Now it's around between 420 to $406, depending on the sellers. So it's good to see that they are keeping the CPU lineup competitive, even though Intel it's not bad, but it's way more expensive. But still, it's good to see because they need to have like a base adoption of the AM5 platform. And I think that is why they are doing this kind of a lot of deals. And continue with that, they are extending the Jedi Survivor, how it calls the game, Jedi Survivor, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to remember the full name of the game, and also the Resident Evil 4. It depends a little bit here and there. It's depending on what kind of GPU are you buying and CPU also. So let's see if we can figure it out. So the free copy of the Resident Evil 4 remake for qualifying GPUs, of course, of the 6000 and 7000 series. Here you have like 50% discount on the Ryzen 9, the 7900 X3D. It's like the weaker of all of the X3D that came out. That's why they doing like this $50 bundle deal or whatever, or discount. CPU deals. Yeah, here gaming survival bundle comes with entire lineup of Ryzen 7000 and X3D also CPUs. So if you buy one of these, any of these ones, you will get the Jedi Survivor bundle. The Resident Evil 4, in terms of the qualifying products, supposedly it's all of these ones. I will not read them all, or else we get here all day. And of course, I will leave the links on the articles on the description, so you can check and find all the information here. But yeah, it seems they are still managing to extend these kind of deals, which is good, and it entices people to get on board with the platform. the motherboards are getting a little bit are more affordable. The DDR5 memory, it's way better to buy off now. But yeah, this is what I got. In the other news, I think we got the Apple Showcase or whatever it is, and this you can take this thing with the AR Vision or whatever they want to call it, the Pro Max. These guys on Apple are they have no shame on how they brand their things and how the prices are. This is like basically AR VR headset or AR headset. I didn't watch the thing, but it's how they are marketing this. A lot of people are saying, which is already a stupid price, $3,500 for a AR headset, which I assume it's just this thing. You got the headband and the goggles itself, which is ludicrous. But supposedly this Pro version, it's starting at this price point. And of course they just like to make money out of the accessories, like on the iPhones and everything. They usually do money on the chargers, the cables, because they are locked on the system, so it's the lightning stuff and all that shit. Yeah, it's not good for consumers, but you got the fanboys of Apple and they buy whatever they launch. Seemingly the headset goggles itself might not fit. They are not basically designed to be universally fitted to a certain degree, so I think you might need to buy different sizes, as also the strap itself, because as noted here, there seems to have, this is inside the headband, an M, because of the, as they said, the phrasing and everything, starting 3500, and then there's an M on the fabric, suggesting that might have like multiple sizes. So the bigger the size, the more money to spend for sure. And yeah, this is going to be a disaster. This is what basically NVIDIA is trying to do, but in their way, which is with the GPUs, they just put a little bit here and there, and then they just try to sell you off on their technologies and put some shitty hardware that does the bare minimum. And this is basically the same thing. They're trying to sell you on their chip technology with all that thingies, the M2 chips, and I'm not very well on Apple ecosystem, how they're launching stuff, but I don't give a damn because it's proprietary stuff. If you buy one of their products, you're basically locked out of anything else, and I don't like this. It's not consumer friendly, Apple, regarding this, from repairing stuff and all mentality of Apple since the beginning. Even with Steve Jobs, it's not good. That's why I don't buy anything Apple, even if it is the only thing on the market. I prefer not to go into the system that I'm locked out of anything else. I prefer just not having it. But yeah, this is an example of the ludicrous prices of what they charge you for. This is with this price you can buy basically a 4090 system with everything else, plus even a VR set for sure. I'm not sure how VR sets for PC are, but for sure you can even buy a VR set with a high-end system. So I don't know what they're trying to do here. Other good news, Capcom is going to do their showcase, I think it's the day after the Xbox one. I think Xbox is on the 11th, and the 12th we got the Capcom one. Should be around 40 minutes, give or take. We don't have a lot of info here, but for sure we are going to get a lot of some rumors is some DLC for the Resident Evil 4 remake. We don't know. I think it's starting Ada Wong. I think it had on the first Resident Evil 4. I'm not sure if it has like a DLC with Ada Wong. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, this is basically part of the Summer Game Fest, which is good. At least we might not have E3, but we have this kind of Summer Game Fest stuff. They all went for it, which is good to see. We got some teasers also from Cyberpunk. They are announcing like a Phantom Liberty tour, so some details soon to come. This is like yesterday, I think they tweeted out. No, 2nd of June. It's been like a few days. I was not paying attention that much. But yeah, we shall. I think we have some kind of announcement, Summer Game Fest, for sure, like a release date or something like that. Because I don't think we have like a proper release date on this one, and more info for sure. Some gameplay trailer or a little bit of footage, so you can get a better sense of how the DLC is going to play out. People are expecting a lot, like because I think it's going to unlock like a big area of gameplay. I don't know what else they are going to do more. I try to keep myself out of spoilers. One of the things when you're not playing a game and you want to play it but you cannot play it, it's trying to maintain out of spoilers. Sometimes with this kind of gaming news stuff, I cannot give you like more concrete information because I don't have any idea. I don't want to get spoiled off. But I think they're going to be a larger area. And of course, you're going to play like the FIA agent Solomon Reed, if not mistaken, played by Idris Elba, and Johnny Silverhand is also on the DLC. In other stuff, I remember talking about this game, very interesting. Phantom Blade Zero from the PlayStation Showcase is going to come to PC. It's on Unreal Engine 5, kind of action RPG. There was like I think a Discord Q&A, something like that, with the developer, and people were worrying that it will be like something like a free-to-play game with Gacha game, I'm not sure. I think this is like kind of Genshin Impact stuff here, but no, it's going to be like a normal game, so you pay and you play and that's it, with a lot of Dark Souls mechanics, but not with the punishing kind of difficulty, or it's not difficulty, has some Dark Souls elements to it. Basically, it's what it is. But it's not going to have loot boxes and microtransactions from what they are telling, so it seems to be on good hands because the gameplay is very, very interesting. The only thing that I found it weird was the camera angles seem very close up on the player in some instances, given that it's an action RPG. I don't know if it is something they are trying to make it a little bit more realistic in terms of feeling, because if you are fighting a lot of enemies, you don't have like a 360 vision to check all the enemies and try to predict their movements before you're doing your own thing. But it's a very wuxia, I think it's called, kind of style game, very actiony, seems good. Let's hope it's a good game when it comes out. We got some reviews here from Amnesia, the bunker review. Seems to have good reviews. It's still on their proprietary engine from the first games here. It's updated. It seems to have very good graphics from what I can perceive, at least comparing with the previous games. I never played any of these Amnesia games. But yeah, it seems pretty good. It's got a 9 here from WCCF Tech, which is always good. It's a little bit short, has some only minor physics problems, but I think it's due to the fact that it's the engine itself, because it's a little bit dated now, and I think it's a weaker engine, so it's a proprietary one from them. I think they created from the ground up when they launched the first game, and then they tried to update it. Similar like Creation Engine, it's an older game. A lot of people are hyped with the updates with the Creation Engine, but I think it's going to be a buggy mess. I hope not, but it's what I'm predicting. Okay, so gaming deals. We got Ninokuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, so this is the sequel from the first game. 85% off, seems pretty good. I like this kind of style, and it's an anime JRPG, very Ghibli style in terms of how it's animated. It's a pretty decent game. I really like this kind of games here. Got also No Man's Sky, 50% off. They are coming now to Mac. For me doesn't matter, but yeah, they are being the game is being improved a lot from what I know, and from the info that people get, especially if you see all reviews and then the positive, the most recent ones, it decreased a lot because of the free content, the improvements they did on the gameplay and everything. Always constant updates, free updates. And yeah, because you only have like the base game and they just keep adding stuff, and I think it improved a lot. It was a shame the launch. They promised a lot of stuff that they couldn't deliver. It's the only thing that really have to say from them. I just hope the next game they launch it's on par with No Man's Sky already is, and not launching a very weak game and then to have content and add more stuff as they go along. Even the animations here on the cockpit are completely different. But yeah, it seems an excellent game. It's a recommendation. I got it on my wish list. I want to try it out and see if it's worth making a series in the near future. We got here Cyberpunk Monkfall, a very interesting game. It's like a pixel art style, kind of tactical RPG. The combat is similar to XCOM. It's kind of survival in the long game thing, how it goes. I think it's like an apocalypse, and then you have to go through with your squad throughout the story wise, and then you have like camping for upgrading your guys and skills and everything, the usual stuff. Seems pretty good. You got a demo if you want to try it out, and it's only like it's 20% off or 20% for the digital deluxe. It's around $10, and from what I saw, it's very good in terms of combat. Kind of addicting. You got a lot of stuff here to go through, and if you like kind of XCOM stuff, XCOM style stuff, I think it's well worth it. I watched some Christopher Odd videos of this game. You got also stress management. Yeah, it's very intricate, and I think it's a good buy. But you have always a download for the demo to try it out before you buy. And lastly, we got Ash of Gods: The Way. It's like not the direct sequel of the Ash of Gods, the first one. This one, how it calls Redemption. The gameplay is different. It's a little bit on like card battler in the fact that you assemble like the deck and play around that. But yeah, the rest I think it's basically the same. You got the choice matters. I remember seeing that on the first game you have some choices that you make throughout the campaign. It will influence the final thing, the final result of the game, basically. But yeah, it's a different on the gameplay, like basic stuff, which is you have the card stuff. I always forget the card stuff, but yeah, this is it. I think it's a good one. I never saw anything, but if it is similar to the previous one, it's pretty good, and it's got very positive reviews here. So I think it's always a good feedback from Steam. The people usually are faithful, and when you see very positive, for sure it's a good game. And basically this is it for today, guys. I'm going to wrap up with my GoGetFundMe for me to upgrade my PC to get better and more content for my private clients, and of course start doing some video stuff for them also. And in my free spare time, continue to do the daily videos that I've been doing with better quality, doing some scripted content for me to go in some deep dives in some subjects that I like to talk about, and resume my gameplay series, and probably doing some live streams later on the near future. And with all that said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So till then, Kunamy Master out.